Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and today I'm going to answer the question, can Bitcoin hit $1 million per coin? Now, in a couple of videos recently, I've talked about the possibility of Bitcoin reaching a $1 million price point in the long-term distant future. I'm talking 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, and a lot of people in the comments of those videos gave me flack saying that, oh no, that's impossible, Jebb, you don't know what you're talking about. A $1 million Bitcoin means a $21 trillion market capitalization, and to that, I say yes. But to them saying I'm an idiot and that it can't happen, I say you are absolutely dead wrong. And in this video, I'm going to prove to you why Bitcoin can reach $1 million per coin, mathematically and financially. And I'm also going to show you why you really shouldn't be that skeptical as to why it can happen. And why you might even want to believe that it's probably destined to happen if Bitcoin remains top dollar. But before we get into that, if you enjoy the video, you should definitely think about leaving a like and subscribing because I make daily cryptocurrency videos. So let's go ahead and read a comment that I was talking about here. I posted a video a couple days ago called "The Bottom for Bitcoin is Close, Bull Run in April?" Video got a lot of views. Thank you for the support on that, by the way. But I got a couple of comments like this, and I'm just going to go ahead and read one of them to you. This guy, who I have no idea how to pronounce that, says, "Don't listen to this idiot YouTuber and sell all of your cryptos now." That's how you guys know this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, because he wants you to sell your cryptos. At the bottom, he thinks one Bitcoin will be worth $1 million in 30 years. $1 million per Bitcoin is a $21 trillion market capitalization for Bitcoin. The U.S. stock market's total market cap is slightly above $30 trillion. What he is saying is that Bitcoin will be worth every company in the U.S. combined together, which is total BS nonsense. And to that, I say yes, I do think that. And in this video, I'm going to explain why I think that. It's really funny when I get hate-filled comments like this who say I'm an idiot YouTuber, because when I respond, they all of a sudden get a lot more nice, which is pretty funny. But anyway, guys, that's not important. Let's use his numbers here because they are correct. $21 trillion in market capitalization is what a $1 million Bitcoin would produce. We multiply the circulating supply times the price to get the market capitalization. The maximum market capitalization for Bitcoin will be the maximum circulating supply for Bitcoin will be 21 million Bitcoin. As you can see right here, the last Bitcoin will be mined somewhere around 2140. There's some debate about exactly when the last one will be mined, but it'll be somewhere around 2140. And that would 21 million Bitcoin times $1 million in price would equal a $21 trillion market capitalization. We have the math right here. 21 million Bitcoin times $1 million is 2.1 times 10 to the 13th in market capitalization, otherwise known as $21 trillion. So what does that mean? Let's go over here to a website called visualcapitalist.com, titled The Money Project, and they have an article here titled "All of the World's Money and Markets in One Visualization." This article was released on the 26th of October 2017, and the numbers for cryptocurrency are slightly off. The rest of the markets, they don't move anywhere near as fast as Bitcoin, so they're not off as much, but trust me, it's not really going to make a difference. I want to put a disclaimer here before we get started, though. And I want to say that I don't necessarily believe that Bitcoin will go to $1 million. I'm not saying that it will go to $1 million, and I'm certainly not saying that you should invest with the hopes that it will go to $1 million, because there's a lot of factors that can affect it. Bitcoin can be subject to a couple of different kinds of attacks. Bitcoin could be completely surpassed by another cryptocurrency. It's very possible. It's not impossible. It's very possible that Bitcoin is not top dog forever. Bitcoin's technology is starting to show its age, and there are a lot of cryptocurrencies out here that have technology that is superior in several different ways, although none of them are anywhere near as proven as Bitcoin's technology. There are concerns about Bitcoin's the amount of energy that its mining is going to use. So it's absolutely not a certainty that Bitcoin will be number one. But all I'm answering in this video is it possible for Bitcoin to go to $1 million? And the fact of the matter is that it absolutely is. So let's go ahead and get into this. All of the world's money and markets in one visualization. So basically the way this works is that this little square right here, this little square of this size right here, is worth $100 billion. Here's a little bit of context for each one of the categories. We start off with silver. This is what silver is worth. All of the silver in the world is worth about $17 billion. There's an estimate that there are about 1 billion ounces of silver in the world at a $17 per ounce spot price. That's a $17 billion market cap, if you want to call it that. We scroll down here, we find cryptocurrency. This is Bitcoin, the rest of all the other altcoins, and Ethereum. As we can see here, Bitcoin is valued right around $100 billion here, because this article is a bit old. Trust me, that valuation being slightly off is not going to matter. You'll see what I mean in a second. If we scroll down here, we see the largest companies in the world. Apple alone is worth $800 billion, close to $900 billion by some estimates. That is larger than the all-time high market capitalization of all of cryptocurrency combined. If we come here to the market capitalization chart and we come in here to 3 months, we can see that the all-time high for cryptocurrency markets is somewhere around $825 to $830 billion, which is just worth which is the valuation of just about one company. Now, it's a very large company, I'll give you that, but it is just about one company. These numbers are tiny, and you'll see what I mean in a second. Let's scroll down here. We're going to skip the richest people. California's GDP is somewhere around $3 trillion, which means that their gross domestic product in 1 year is higher than the valuation of all of cryptocurrency. That's one state in one country on the planet. Granted, it is one of the... I think California does have the highest GDP of any state in the union, but that's still only one state. So the GDP alone of California in 1 year could pay for all of cryptocurrency. Continue scrolling down here. We find all of currency. This lists the coins and banknotes. The total value of all the world's coins and banknotes is roughly $7.6 trillion. And you say, aha! I've got you, Jebb. Bitcoin is a currency. I think it's a currency, and I think it's a currency also. But all of the world's currency added up only equals $7.6 trillion. So where are you getting this $21 trillion from, huh, Jebb? Well, you'll see what I mean. This is not everything. There is a concept in money that there is, and I'm grossly oversimplifying this, by the way. Don't go flame me for this. I'm grossly oversimplifying this, but there is an idea in money. Well, it's not an idea, it's a fact in money, that a lot of money that you can have in your hands, like dollar bills, euros, etc., that is just a tiny fraction of the total amount of money in the world, because there are IOUs, there are loans, there's money online, there's like electronic money, there's credit, etc. You see what I mean? There's a lot of money that if you were to pull it all out, there wouldn't be enough banknotes on the planet to represent all of it. We continue scrolling down here, we see the valuation of all gold. The world's gold. The world's total above-ground gold reserves are estimated at 187,000 tons by the World Gold Council. Using a $1,275 ounce spot price, the world's gold is worth $7.7 trillion. And again, you say, aha, you want Bitcoin to go to $21 trillion, and all of the world's gold is only $7.7 trillion in valuation. And to that, I say, yes, I'm going to assume that this is correct, because I think I've seen these numbers before. Well, Bitcoin has been related to gold, but it's a completely different system. And you'll see what I mean in a second. Let's continue. Stock markets. This is where this guy got that number, or this is a representation of the $30 trillion market capitalization of the United States stock market. If you were to add all these up, this lists it somewhere around $30 trillion. This website says that all of the world's stock markets are worth $73 trillion. That puts us over the $21 trillion market capitalization that we need for Bitcoin. But we're not even close. We're not even close, and I understand that is a lot of money. I understand that's a lot of money. We're not even done. We're not even anywhere near done. Now, something you need to understand is that stock markets, they're a representation of companies. They're the valuation of companies, and not just companies, but mostly companies. Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin are a fundamental currency. They're a currency that people can use. And they are also treated like a stock market. They're also treated like a commodities market. They're treated like markets, but they're also a currency. There's a lot more use. They're a fundamentally much larger in scope and scale technology than these are. This is nowhere near where we're not even close to done. Let's continue scrolling down here. We see global money supply. Narrow money. The total value of the world's easily accessible money is $36.8 trillion. This includes the world's coins, banknotes, and checking deposits. This is narrow money. Broad money is all of it. The total value of the world's money is $90.4 trillion. This includes coins, banknotes, money marketing accounts, as well as savings, checkings, and time deposits, somewhere around $90 trillion. We're nowhere near done. The global debt. This is the total amount of debt, including that accumulated by governments, corporations, and households together. Together, it adds to $215 trillion, which is 325% of the global GDP. See how large this is? The global debt compared to cryptocurrency? You see why some people say that we're just in the first inning and we're not even anywhere near mass adoption? You see why I say these things? It's because it's true. We're nowhere near what cryptocurrency is destined to become. We're not even close. Guys, we're not even close. It's not even a factor yet. It doesn't even matter yet, which is why a lot of regulatory commissions or regulatory bodies are not putting it like on the forefront, because it's just not a huge deal yet. It will be, but it's not yet. We continue scrolling down here past global debt. We come to the real estate markets, which I'm going to skim over, are worth about $217 trillion. Now, I want to point out that all of these numbers, especially when we get up this far, are estimates. Of course, they're estimates, but they are estimates, but they're estimates that a lot of people have worked on, and we're going to go with these numbers for now. These are very large markets after all. Of course, they are estimates, though. That, I mean, you can't factually say that any of these numbers are 100% correct, and I don't think anyone is saying that they are. Let's continue scrolling down here to what I really want to show you, and that is the derivatives market. The low-end estimate of the size and scope of the global derivatives market is $544 trillion on a notional contract basis. That's what this looks like. And this is the low end. Here we reach the low-end estimate of $544 trillion. The high-end estimate for the value of all derivatives contracts is as high as $1.2 quadrillion. If we continue scrolling down here, we see what we're talking about. And this is Bitcoin at $100 billion market capitalization. Yep, that's Bitcoin right down here. I'm glad the website adds this, because that's kind of my point, is that derivatives markets are astronomically larger than Bitcoin ever has been and will be for a very long time. Bitcoin has a lot of growing to do. It has a whole lot of growing to do. I believe that this technology is going to fundamentally change the way that we do finance. I believe that blockchain is going to be implemented in a lot of places that we can't even imagine yet. And of course, the technology may be eclipsed, and that is one of the assumptions that we're having to play here, because I'm just saying it's possible that Bitcoin could reach $1 million. $21 trillion is nothing. Like a slice like this right here is $21 trillion. Look at how far I'm scrolling. Can you hear me scrolling? Can you hear that? There's a lot of money involved in the world. That's $1.2 quadrillion on the high estimate. Bitcoin is nowhere near there. It's very possible for it to go to this valuation. It is very, very possible. It's not a market like anything we've ever seen. It is a market that's very similar, but it's a market like the stock market. It treats itself like the stock market and the gold market, where it's also used as a currency. So it's a very interesting scenario, because you don't go using stocks as your everyday currency. If you did, the stock market would be astronomically larger than it is right now. And you also have to take into account that the total amount of money in the world is exponentially increasing. So 10 years from now, these numbers are going to be quite a bit larger. $21 trillion in market capitalization is nowhere near as absurd as people seem to think it is. That was my point for this video, and if you enjoyed this video, you should definitely think about leaving a like and subscribing, because I make daily cryptocurrency videos. And you should also join the Discord, where you can come flame me in person for saying that Bitcoin could reach $1 million, even though I do think that is very possible. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, you should do everything I just said. I'm not going to say that again. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.